RRSP season is officially upon us, so I just kind of wanted to go over some concepts or things you might want to think about while you're tax planning for this year. Okay, so the first thing that I wanted to go over is you can continue making contributions for the year 2025 until the end of February 2026. So, this gives you some time to think about what you want to do and kind of come up with the tax planning strategy for 2025 and 2026. Now, before I go any further, I just want to say that if you don't have a good understanding of RRSPs, I did make another video about RRSPs just so you can get the foundational concepts. Okay, now the next thing that you're going to want to do is find out how much that you made in 2025 before your taxes were deducted. So try to get that number, check your pay stub. It should say on there how much that you've earned throughout 2025. So you just want to get that number and then get this number for yourself and your spouse, of course, if you have one. Then you'll want to line this number up with the tax brackets for 2025 to see which tax bracket you fall into. So you roughly know how much taxes you'll be paying for each portion of your income. This kind of gives you an idea of how much you should hypothetically be taxed for 2025. So after you know this number, you're going to want to figure out how much you can contribute for 2025 to your RRSP account. So you can find that number on your CRA website. So just log in there and then it should show you the amount there. Or if you filed a tax return last year, sometimes they'll let you know how much your room will be for the following year. So just make sure you know that number so you don't over or under contribute mistakenly. Now that you know how much that you and your spouse or family can contribute, you can go ahead and make those contributions to your RRSP account. And then in some situations, it's beneficial to have a spousal RRSP. I did make another video on that if you want to check out that, just to kind of understand the basic concepts there. And then if you want, since you do have your tax brackets ready to go, you can kind of even estimate how much that you think you'll get back for this year's tax return. And then I'd even recommend starting to make a plan with what you'll do with that money, like whether you're going to reinvest it or what you'll do with that. And then something that I should definitely mention, if you think that you're going to make substantially more in the following year, like 2026, then you can kind of strategically plan how much that you put into your RRSP this year. Like, say I know that I'll be making a lot more, like I got a new job next year, then I would maybe want to push my RRSP room to next year. So also keep that type of strategy in mind because that might be most beneficial for you or your family. And then the opposite is true for you and your spouse. Say one of you is not working next year and will be making a lot less money, then you might want to prioritize contributing to their RRSP for this year because you know it won't make much of an impact to contribute to that RSP next year. And then also, if you and your spouse make different amounts from each other, you can kind of strategize and prioritize the person who makes more so that you get more of a tax deduction on their income. Again, there are a lot of different types of situations, so just make sure that you're planning for your situation. Again, general advice is general. So just keep that in mind when you're planning. But just keep in mind that it might be beneficial to prioritize your spouse's account over yours or yours over your spouse's, depending on your contribution room and how much you plan to make this year and last year. So just make sure that you are factoring all of those different aspects in your plan, and this will help make the best plan possible for you for this year and next year. All right, well, that's pretty much it for today. So I hope this video helped you a bit, and happy tax planning.